Alrighty, yo, welcome back to another vlog. I just got back from the passport place. I had to extend for another 2 months, otherwise they would have kicked me out, man. So I'm here at SM Ora. I almost got this place confused with Cubao Aurora, man. Both sound the same, but look, so my main objective was getting that. There are some more things that I do want to get, hopefully from here. If not from here, then I will need to walk around more BGC and find them. Actually, let me double check my list because I'm totally clueless. Okay, this is the list Ara sent me here. It's duct tape, Irish Spring, I'm assuming that's soap, Arm and Hammer, a purifier for fridge, toilet soap, a vape, and pocket Wi-Fi. So, wow. Yeah, we've got quite the variety of things that I need to find here, man. They're probably here, but it's gonna be a whole maze getting through all this. Of course, you can't record in that store whenever you see a security officer there. Not that there's anything in there that I need anyways, although they might have pocket Wi-Fi. But I think pocket Wi-Fi would more so be like maybe Smart or PLDT, and I think there is one here, maybe in the next floor below. I'll have to go down there and check it out. Oh, they might have gloves here though. Let me ask real quick. Hello? Do you guys have like gloves?
Gloves?
Yeah.
Gloves.
These might be the wrong gloves. Yeah, these are golfing gloves, huh? These gloves look pretty cool though, I ain't gonna lie.
What size, sir? Leather, sir? Or...
Nah, these aren't the right type of gloves. Because this is all for golfing, right?
Yes, sir, for golf. You're looking for what?
Like gym gloves, you know, if you're gonna be lifting.
For gym, sir.
Yeah.
You try at ano, sir? May Chris Sports ba dito? Wala mo. You try at Toby's, sir.
Toby's?
Yeah,
is that
Toby's.
on this floor or down this way?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Alrighty. So the gloves weren't on my list, but that is something that I've wanted to get Ara. You know, we have still been going to the gym quite consistently, and one of the things about her is, you know, she's pointing to her calluses here. They said Toby's, man. They said it's further this way. Did I not see it? Here's PLDT, so if I wanted the pocket Wi-Fi, I could, but I already have their pocket Wi-Fi and their home one. Their home one would always cut out, so I stopped using that service. And then their pocket Wi-Fi, it was really good, and it started to get really bad. Some more camera accessories. This digital walker. I mean, they would have another iPhone charger. Actually, that's something I need as well. Hello? Okay, she's busy. Let me see. I think this is not the right one. I mean, I see like iPhone things. Oh, there might be here in the case. Hello, good afternoon. You guys have iPhone chargers. I'm assuming this is them, right?
Yes, sir. For what unit, sir?
This is a 14? Let me double check here. General, about, yeah, iPhone 14.
Lightning.
Yeah, so how much would this be?
1 meter, sir, it's 119, and for the 2 meters, it's 189.
Okay, so about like 189, wait, 1.8?
Yes, sir, for the 2 meters.
For the 1 meter, it's 1.1?
119.
And then for the 2 meter, it's 1.8.
Yes, sir.
So that's the difference between $18 and like 30 something. All right, I'll just take the 1 meter.
1 meter.
Yes, let me see. Is there anything else I need while I'm here? I could use a better case. Well, this one's fine. It's just, it's getting a little old, man. It's looking like a little brown and yellowish. I just washed it with alcohol just yesterday. Oh wait, do you guys also have wireless chargers?
Yes, sir.
Where are those at? I'd like to check those out.
We only have, sir, Momax brand, sir, like this one, sir.
Umax brand.
Yes, sir. This one, sir.
All right, let me wrap around this side. I'm a little too big for
This one, sir.
Okay. And this would charge things like iPhone as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I know mine can work with magnetic. So how much is this one then?
This one, sir, is 1,490.
1,490. That's actually not bad at all.
But compared, sir, this magnetic charger and the usual charger, it's much faster, sir,
Yeah.
than this one.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Because like I already have one of these at home, but I would just, well, one's in my bedroom and the other one I'd like in my more office area. But I do have an older iPhone and it does struggle with lightning cord, so I'm thinking this one might work out better for it.
What iPhone, sir?
It's an iPhone 11.
Oh, you can use this,
That would be
sir,
compatible?
but,
Okay.
it doesn't stick that much.
Yeah, it's not as magnetic. Okay, and I'm assuming this is just a longer cable?
It's only 1 meter only, sir.
Oh, they're both just 1 meter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's just about whatever design you like better, that one or that one?
This one, sir, is much expensive, sir. Because of the design, sir. It's transparent, sir. You can see the wire. And this one, sir, is not.
So that makes this one more expensive because you
Yes,
can see
sir.
it? Ah. Don't you love cosmic design?
And this one, sir, is 15 watts. And this one is for 10. So
Okay.
compared to this, it's much more faster charging, sir, than this one, sir.
But what about the price? So this one was
Yeah,
like
this
15.
is 1,490, sir.
This one like 1.5,
And
and
this
this
one,
one's
sir, is 2,190.
okay. Yeah, so obviously I'm getting this one.
This one, sir.
Yeah. What are these things down here though?
It's a speaker, sir, that can stick on the back of the phone.
That's pretty funny. Alrighty, I'll get those two. Let's see. Do I need more blocks? I feel like I do, but I don't know how many exactly I need, so I might stay away from blocks. I can also use Gcash.
Okay, sir. I'll generate, sir.
Yeah, I'm using card though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This one, sir, is the lightning cable, Sito lightning, and magnetic charger, sir.
Yes. I think I owe her like 3,000 something almost.
Yes, sir. 2,680, sir.
Close enough. Let me see how much that is in USD. 2,680. That's about like 48, 49.
Sir, for the cable, it has a 1-year limited warranty. Direct on our service center, sir, via Tabak.
Alrighty.
We have at Vera Mall and Bonifacio High Street.
Okay.
I'll attach this, sir. And for the wireless charging, sir, it has a 1-year limited warranty. Any branch of Digital Walker, sir.
Okay.
Just keep the receipt or take a picture of it.
If they both break, I'll probably just buy new ones. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Alrighty. Thank you very much. Take care. Thank you. Alrighty. Okay, I was gonna say, where am I? I gotta find Toby's. Here we go, exactly. This was just a bit of a side quest for me personally. Back to the main objective. So we need gloves. I think it would be around here. I don't see them though. Oh wait, here they are. Although I don't know if these are the right type. Hello? Are these the only gloves you guys have? Are they over here? Oh, right here. Perfect. Absolutely what I was looking for, man. Thank you very much. Alrighty, these are the type I'm looking for. They are going to be pricier than those other ones, but these are more so the style that Ara is going to like. Those other ones were like $700, $800, but it did look like those were more so if you had some sort of pain going on, whereas these ones are very nice. I mean, they're all kind of the same here. I don't know what size to get her. Let me see. Let me compare my hand to hers. Yeah, this is probably it. She's got a small hand. These are the smallest they have. What are these things then? It's more of a breathable design. They also have these ones. It's just like a different style. They look much smaller. These ones also cost less, and they're lighter though than these ones. This should be good. Hello, good afternoon.
That's 799.
Alrighty, thank you. Thank you very much. Take care. Thank you, man. Take care. Alrighty, so that was Toby's, and we did manage to find the gloves. Like I said, it was 800 pesos. In other words, that is a 15 USD. Nice and lightweight, social level. Alrighty, now I still think those didn't even get anything off of the actual official list here. Let me double check. Yeah, they weren't on here at all, but I'm gonna add them here. Alrighty, I highly doubt that I'm gonna get the pocket Wi-Fi around here. I would love to, but I still want to do more research, and I would like to go to Globe. There was a Globe here in BGC, but the last time I was there, we had to wait what seemed like 40 minutes to an hour before we actually could get service. And it seems like that's the way for most of those, because Globe is very popular. Let me see. Irish Spring soap though, I can definitely find that. I might be on the wrong section though, the wrong low level here. It's a Croc store. I was thinking about getting some Crocs. More so some white ones to match some other fits, but I like my white slides. They're not the white ones, these black ones. I was gonna say, I should probably just find some white Adidas or some white Nikes. There's DJI, probably one of my favorite stores, man. I always dreamed about going to stores like that, you know, especially when I was younger. And then here I am now as an adult, and that's my main bread and butter, man. Make more money shopping there than I lose. Oh, this is a movie theater, wow. Oh yeah, it smells like popcorn. I wonder what movies they're showing. I'm assuming it's Aquaman, you see him there. Does it show it? They got Snow White, Nezha 2. Isn't Nezha supposed to be like a god of one of these Asian places? Forgive me if I don't fully know, man. I'm not too familiar with it. Home Sweet Home, My Love Will Make You Disappear. That's it, man. That's all I see. They only show like 4 things. That's a lot different versus, oh, there's also this coming soon. It's got Michael B. Jordan playing 2 characters. No, it's probably just the 1 character, but it shows him 2 times, huh? Alrighty. Well, that's that, man. Comparing it to American ones, they literally don't have not even half the amount of movies that Americans have. But it is a mall, so you know, I'll take it as it's a smaller space, so they don't really have it all to have all the movies they want to show. Looking for some Irish soap, and I definitely think all the toilets and the other cleaning things, that's going to be at more of like a handyman type of shop. There's carriages. It's another food place. There's Toy Kingdom with more Legos. You guys know I like my Legos, man, but look, I'm here on a mission. Although, have I been to this Toy Kingdom before? Crate and Barrel, they ain't gonna have it, man. Diagnostics in that corner? I don't even know what's going on in this one, man. So yeah, I've been here before. I've been here a few times. I don't remember if I've vlogged it previously, but they do have a ton of stores. I mean, it's like all the other SMs. They kind of have all the same ones, But since this is in BGC, you're gonna see a lot more. They might have it in there, man, but I don't think soap is what I'd want to buy from there. Yeah, I don't really want to buy soap at a clothes store. Price is gonna be hiked up. Oh, look at the lights on this one, man. It's like a wave pattern. Look at that. Going up and down. Oh, that's pretty cool design, man. That's one of the things I like about shopping in places like these, right? They've got a lot more budget to really play around with their design and their aesthetics. Like this all looks really nice. I'd never go here myself. I'll probably bring some ladies here, but it does look very nice, you know. I wouldn't mind, well, I was gonna say I wouldn't mind waiting in the lobby, but I take that back. If you guys don't already know, I'm not a big fan of waiting too long. I like always being on the move. I like always doing something. I'm curious if we can find a Ray-Ban store because I do want to check out the Ray-Ban Meta. Those are the glasses that you can use to record. There are some pros and cons with it. Of course, the pros are, you know, it's lightweight. It's just glasses on your head. It's very easy to just press a button, bam, you're recording. But it does have some cons, more so that the battery life is pretty short. But what's even shorter is the recording time, as it can only go up to, I think about like 3 minutes. We could probably find some soap in SM. That might be the store I'm looking for. But as I was saying, the recording time is only 3 minutes and it's always in like that TikTok type of format. I don't think it's exactly 9:16. It might be something like, what, like 8:12? You know, some like weird little number, but I know it's not horizontal format unless they've changed it. But from my last knowledge and my last research, those were the specs on it. More clothes. Oh, that fit looks kind of crazy though, I ain't gonna lie. The white with the tie? Nah, that one's weird. I was talking about the red one. The red one's kind of dripped out. Yeah, this line or this level is just like shoes and purses and all those types of things. That's a general store, but all I see are, I guess those are general goods. Power Mac, definitely not allowed to record in Power Mac. All those power places, they'll stop you at the door from going into it. Know that I need to. They got some event going on? But what is this?
Women at the forefront of sustainability. And today,
oh my goodness. Sounds cool and all, but I'm here on a mission. Now that I think about it, I'll probably just get the Irish soap from just Robinson's or something when I get back to Cubao. Yeah, a lot of these things, it'd be best to just get from Cubao instead of walking around with them everywhere. Like vape, I don't vape, so I don't know what type of vape she's talking about, man. A bunch of sunglasses, but I doubt they have Ray-Ban. I'm assuming Ray-Bans are only gonna be found at Ray-Ban. Maybe like a power center, lots of makeup, perfume. Dude, these makeup and perfume places look so nice. I ain't gonna lie, if I saw like a gaming setup, like a gaming store with all these lights and things, although a gaming store, if it had those lights, you know it would be RGB. Like, you know it would be those different colors, or it would be like a deep red, a deep blue, a deep green. You know, it wouldn't be the static just white. That one looks really cool too. That looks so fancy and expensive, but maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to get my money up, man. But look, even during my highest months, I'll still walk by these stores and think like, look too pricey for me, man. I'm sure some of them look somewhat reasonable. It's gotta be within budget, right? Otherwise, they'd be out of business. Unless they just cater to the ultra rich. Yeah, I don't see them here either. Because I think if they were that special, they kind of show them front out in display. Let me explore this final floor here. Unless there's a hidden one underneath, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't see anything. There's an SM supermarket over there. I would definitely be able to find everything else from there. The question is, do I want to? Look around this way. Oh, there is a bottom floor. Oh, jeez. And there's more stuff down there. Oh, this store might have it. Although, no, that's a barber shop. This is like a Watson's. I don't really need medicines and things like that. Of course, that's SM. This is BDO banking. Speaking of which, I do need to get a bank account here in the Philippines. I don't know which one's good for foreigners though. Ideally, I'd like one that's, you know, it makes it easy to access my money to and fro. And they don't charge too many fees. I know some of these, they'll let you sign up as a foreigner, but since you are foreign, you get charged with every transaction. Those rolls, man. But as I was saying, I do need 2 bank accounts, right? One of them is in the Americas and the other's in the Philippines. Of course, the Philippines one is for everything here. It makes transactions a lot easier. This looks like the food aisle. Oh, there's a hardware store. But it makes dealing with all those things a lot easier, a lot more efficient. But I do like an American one as well. That way, most of my money can go towards that one. And then I already have my main account now, which a lot of my expenses come out of. But all of my income can go to one, and then the income from that one could get sent into the one for the expenses. That way, you don't get scared or spooked by any just random expenses that are trying to take out just way more than they should be. So yeah, this hardware, it looks a bit smaller than the one in Cubao. I could find some things in here. Like I could probably find the Arm & Hammer, but I have no idea what she means by that. So I really don't want to spend time just kind of wandering around finding it. I could pick up duct tape though, you know? There's some more stuff for groceries. I wouldn't get groceries all the way out here, another Watson's. Nah, I'll keep it moving for now. I'll explore this bottom floor and then I'll go ahead and call it for SM Aura. Although this is a bit weird because it goes down here and it also goes down over there. And there's a split in between the two. So maybe it's where the parking garage is and the part where they go up or down is in the middle between these. Unless there's a way to walk around. There's a bunch of clocks in there. Yeah, this is definitely the parking garage. And even if you keep going down, around, there's more stores and stuff, but it's still more parking garage things. ATMs and the exit. Yeah, we don't need to be down here, man. And they've got the perfect type of businesses down here. This is where your laundromats are, your packages, so they don't have to be front and center to get people's attention. You know, people are going to seek out and find them when they need them. I think those are going to be some of the best types of businesses. Not the ones that need to be front and center, but the ones that people are naturally just going to have to Google and find and just go to. Maybe that's what I would do if I wanted to get into business around here. I would do something pretty boring. I would do something boring, but something that's also needed. I already walked on this side. I can walk on this side. And there's China Bank. I wish I could do China Bank, man. I love using their ATMs. I don't know if having a China Bank account would allow me to, get a discount at the ATM machine. Every time I put my card in, it's always like, are you sure you want to do this? Your phone's gonna charge you extra. I'm like, screw it, just give me my money, man. I think it's like an extra 5, sometimes 10 USD for the charge of ATMs, which, for me, it doesn't really bother me too much. I like the convenience of being able to just give my cash right then and there. But for some of you guys out there, it could be a bit bothersome. That is a McDonald's bucket hat. Wow. An official McDonald's bucket hat. They also got bags and stuff too. Dude, that's... almost. I thought about it, but then I was like, if I really wanted a McDonald's bucket hat, I'd want more of the traditional all red with the yellow M on it. That'd be the one I'd go for. Alrighty, I believe this is the exit here. Time to walk on around outside. I really should get some water before I go out, but I do know of a 7-Eleven, and if I remember my directions, if my cognitive map is correct, then we should walk past it as we go along. Actually, have we walked around this floor already? Yeah, I already did, because that's where they're having the little ladies remembering thing. Alrighty, let's take in the heat. Here we are, out on the busy streets of BGC. Now, how am I gonna get out of here, dude? I'm just gonna walk the same way that I did when I first walked here before. Back when I was living here. I forget which building I was living in. I don't think it was these. Well, there's 2 buildings. Or was it 3? Actually, maybe 4. I stayed in Hilton, Manila. That was the very first place I stayed at. And then from there, I went over to Eastwood. So I can see Eastwood from my condo. That's pretty cool. But after that, was it 1 Uptown? I think it was. I think it was 1 Uptown. I was there for like a week or 2. And then after 1 Uptown, it was maybe like iHotel. Dude, I'm getting them so confused. No, it was Forbeswood Parkland. Completely forgot about Forbeswood. So Forbeswood is where I spent a month at. iHotel was a week. And then also, I literally just forgot the name of the place, man. Look, I either stayed at these places for a week, and only one of them I was at for a month before finally settling on Cubao. One thing I do miss about BGC though is how organized it all is. It's very organized and also doesn't smell too bad. I figured the air quality is going to be even worse here though versus most places, just because there's so many cars going in and out. But most places also don't have a very good sewage system going on, so you can easily smell it as you walk by. I might miss this crossing here. Actually, no, they kind of just cross without... Yeah, they cross without the light going, man. Now I should be able to cross, right? Yeah, see, now I can cross. Oh, look at that. Is that a Porsche Cayman? Nah, not quite a Cayman, man. I don't know if I would ever get a Porsche myself. I think if I wanted to get like a more of a luxury type of car, maybe start with the BMW, but all black people kind of do that, so that's a bit too generic. Maybe I should go right into something like, I got my 07 Corolla back in America, go straight from that, work really hard, and get yourself like a Royce. Although you might be skipping too many steps in between. I think nowadays, especially with the way like content creation is and just how much stupid money you can make online, it is entirely possible to jump straight from 07 Corolla all the way up to your Lamborghini, all the way up to your Ferrari. I'm just trying to think of these brands, dude. I don't pay attention to them, man. I'm like everybody else. I only know the generic ones. You have your Mercedes, your Lambs, your Ferraris. There's also some sleeper ones, man, like the Acura NSX. That's a sleeper one. That's the one that I like a lot. I actually had that mounted up on my wall for a while when I was in America, and that was inspiration for me to get out of America. And I don't plan on staying out of America forever. Now, let me make that clear. I don't plan on staying outside of America forever. I do plan on going back. Of course, my family's there, man. My family and other people I want to take care of are still in America, but I do find the Philippines a lot better when it comes to building wealth and being able to just lock in and focus on that. So it's only natural that if all my income is based online, that I go to a place where I can really take advantage of that. There's a store with water here. Oh, this is actually the store I was talking about. I thought it was a 7-Eleven. Oh, bit of water. Probably just a small one. Oh, this small one here should do, huh? Oops. Oh, this one's cold, not cold. Is this the cold one? Yeah, this is the cold one. I knocked over this one by accident. Alrighty. Hello.
Hi, sir. 16 pesos.
16?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me get my coin pouch out. 10. That's 11. I know I have a 5 in here. Wait long, where'd I put it? Okay, I'm terribly sorry. I do not have a 5. Is this the 20s? Okay. Thank you.
Plastic, sir.
Nah, it's fine. I'm just gonna drink it now. Thank you very much. Take care. Alrighty. So that's the little shop I was talking about. I thought it was a 7-Eleven. And the last time I was here, I do believe I got some Oreo ice cream. That was very nice. But as I was saying, I do plan on going back to America. Of course, I'm in the Philippines because all my income is made online. So where I live matters a ton for how much life I can live. And even with content creation being up and down, I've got 30 seconds to cross. Even with content creation being up and down, you know, I can still live a comfortable lifestyle here. Because the downs, it's still enough for me to be able to do everything that I want to do. And of course the ups, oh, well the ups is when you get chips like Boracay. That's pretty fun, man. I'm kind of walking back down to where I used to live at. I'll walk all the way down because it's a straight shot this way, and then you make a right. And that's kind of the old spot. And then from there you can walk past the old Jollibees. No, I'm gonna walk this way. I don't think I've been this way too much. Maybe like once or twice. Today's vlog is gonna be like the others, man. A lot of walking, a lot of talking, and a lot of yapping. Did I see some people in the comments talking about how I yap too much in the vlog? It's like, dude, it's a vlog. Am I supposed to just walk around just quiet? What would you call that? Is it even a vlog if you're walking around and you're just like kind of recording yourself walking? I think that's kind of just taking in the scenery and stuff, you know? I got a lot of construction going on here. It has a specific name, but I don't know exactly what it is. It's just to walk on the left or the right. That girl has to walk on the road a little bit, so we're gonna stick here to the far left. You can see me in the reflection again. There I am. Dude, my legs have gotten a lot bigger recently. I'm going to the gym a lot. What was I talking about? I was off track. I think I was talking about living here and the income. Yeah, because the highs are really high. You get to go do cool stuff, and the lows with content creation they can get pretty low. But if you live in a place like the Philippines, then you're still fine. Of course, I would still feel stressed because, you know, your income's getting real low and you got to make some bold decisions. But it's not the end of the world, you know? It's not like I'm gonna starve, and it's not like I'm gonna have to completely resort to desperate measures and sell my body or something, man. Sell a kidney. Oh, look at that Bentley, dude. That's one of the luxury ones I forgot. Bentley, man. That's the type of, like, that's real wealth. Audi. Dude, I would get an R8. Look at that black one. That thing's a beauty. Oh my God, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add one of those to my roster. Porsche Cayman. Nah, I don't know what type that is. That one right there looks pretty nice. It looks electric. It's like electric Porsches. Of course, you can't forget the Lamborghini. See, the Lamborghini Urus. That is my dream one. All black, man. Midnight black. Is this window open on this side too? Hey, hey, how are you? Wow, look at that, man. Although I wouldn't get mine orange with it in the inside. I would probably aim to get that black as well, or maybe a red. Like, the blue one already has a little bit of red. I think that would look a little bit more menacing on this one. I got hooked it to a battery so the lights are on. Oh, such a beauty. A Lamborghini Urus, man. You see me, you can see me smiling in the side, dude. Wow. Alrighty, I'll get there one day. Where was I walking? I was walking over this way. Now you guys know what my favorite car is of all time. Right now, it is that Lamborghini Urus. Ever since it came out, I've always been thinking of, you know, which way I'm gonna get to that. What's my means to get that dream? Here's the thing though. Yes, they have it here in the Philippines. No, I am never gonna be driving in the Philippines. Once I start my car collection, I will most likely be back in America or possibly in Dubai for their tax purposes. Now those are gonna be the glory spots. Unless there's like another one that's been sprout up and I don't know about. I have been over there before. I went on a date and we kind of walked from here all the way through there. And we got a ride from there over back to Cubao. Good times. We had a little waterfall thing going on. I'm gonna check this out real quick. I don't think I've been through this, but yeah, I would love to start up my car collection. But I think you start a car collection once you're past this is the 8th figure zone. That's when you're good to start. I mean, some people start it in the high 6 figures, and if that's what you want to do with your money, that's what you want to do. But me, myself, you know, you guys can tell by the way I dress, I've never been too big on just kind of showing off that wealth, you know? I've never been too big on getting the fanciest things, the shiniest this, the shiniest that. All this shade feels nice. I just like bucket hats, you know? That's what I'm collecting for now. And I don't care usually how much they cost, as long as they're not too pricey, but I don't care how little they cost. If it looks cool, I want it. And it's kind of the same for some of those cars, like the Audi R8, it looks cool, I want it. Lamborghini Huracan, it looks cool, I want it. The Rolls Royce looks cool, I want it. But of course, for certain things, you want to have other things together before you go for those, right? Like my main focus right now, while being in the Philippines, as I said many times before, is building wealth. There is plenty of wealth you can make by owning a lamb. You could rent it out. You could charge people to just take photos around it. So there's lots of business models around it. But if I'm getting a lamb, I do not want anyone else's grubby hands getting all over it, man. The only other person I'd probably let drive it would be my brother. Maybe. He is known for being a bit reckless with some of those ones, man. With some of those faster vehicles there. So he'd drive it, and then maybe maybe my mom. I'd have to be there in the passenger. Same with my brother as well. I'd have to be in the passenger and tell to slow down. Otherwise, he'll go on the highway. And there goes my dream. But at that point, it's like what Jay-Z said, man. You know, don't buy something unless you can afford to buy it twice. In the case for cars, especially those luxury ones, I would say don't buy it unless you can afford to buy it like 3 or 5 times over. Maybe 10 times at the least, to be honest, for something like that. If it's a depreciating asset, like a car, then that's something you don't want to buy unless you can do it like 10 times over. That's a philosophy my grandpa pretty much followed when he got me my first car. My Toyota Corolla, the 07, man. My grandpa got it for me. And the moment I got that thing, what I did was used it for delivery driving. I've got 16 seconds to cross, let me speed up. But I used that thing for delivery driving, and I actually did that for like 2 or 3 years, man. So that was like a while before I even started vlogging it. But eventually that was the car you guys saw me use while vlogging. And then from there, that led me to being here where I am now. We've come quite a long way, man. Quite a long way. There's also trucks like that. They're kind of blacked out. That one just has regular seats on the inside, but some of those are like luxury ones. Like if you see the Mercedes versions or the Lexus versions, those are usually the luxury brands. Those glass buildings, man. So people say that BGC is the most American looking city. I don't even know if most cities in America really do look like this. You know, the city where I'm from, you don't have many of these tall buildings. The only tall ones you have are just hotels and residencies. But if you're thinking about something like New York, then of course New York has tons of these. And New York's is probably like 10 times the size, right? I've only been in New York once when I was a kid, and that's because my brother was doing some sort of track meet. Yeah, he made nationals, and they were holding their national championship for track. He was doing long jump. So of course we got invited out. We had to fund our own little place and whatnot. For some reason, the place we booked had rats in it. Those rats were so big, dude. That was traumatic. But maybe it's because I was smaller back then, so it all did look larger. But those were some big ass rats. I don't think there's too much that way, so I really don't want to go there. I really don't know where I do want to walk. I guess I'll just go down. I'm kind of aiming for that BGC square. But let me pull up my map before I miss this light. Although it's got a whole minute on it, so yeah, it might be down this way. I don't really know, man. Maybe it is towards the right, and I should have just walked once more over. But once I get past these little tall high rises, I'll see it. And it's not like there's any place specific I need to go to. But there is something else I want to talk about here, and I may have actually mentioned it in the title or in the thumbnail. But unfortunately, oh, look at that Mercedes, man. G-Class. Very nice, very nice. That's also one of the ones on my list, man. And you got another, that's the Mercedes van I was talking about, literally right behind it. Right behind it was the luxury Mercedes van. So you got a G-Wagon in front of it and the van in the back, both very luxurious. But as I was saying, I probably put it into the title. I probably also put it into the thumbnail, probably in the description as well. But this is going to be the last official Philippines vlog, man. It's gonna be the last official one. The biggest reason why is there's two, right? Of course, we'll get the most obvious one out of the way, would be the finances behind it. Most of my channel's revenue comes from the short form content. However, most of the time put into the channel goes towards the long form videos. So naturally what our strategy would be is, okay, you create yourself the long forms, then you make the short forms. Oops, sorry, I was in their way. And then you make sure that the short form videos link up to that long form video. And that's how you get your long form video skyrocketing. The problem is we don't put too much effort into the long forms just so they can feel more authentic, just so they can feel more original, but they don't get as many views because of it. And then also, if you put all that time in the long form and then you put the time into the shorts form, I'm gonna go ahead and cross there, and the shorts form doesn't build up as much revenue, it doesn't build up much revenue or gets many views for the long form, then you know you're kind of at a loss there, man. So I've determined that it's just not that efficient for me to focus on any of the long form content. And by any of the long forms, I mean any of those like real long vlogs. I still do have some ideas that are most likely going to be those horizontal long form videos, except instead of them being like an hour to 3 hours long sometimes, they'll be more focused, you know? It's not one vlog for the entire day. It's one video focused on a specific thing. Like say for example, I was coming to BGC mainly to get myself my pocket Wi-Fi or to get like a phone. Then that one video would be about that one segment in itself. Getting that phone, getting that pocket Wi-Fi, you know, and maybe during that time afterwards I get real hungry. So I go out and get some food. Then there would be a separate video focused primarily on going out, getting that food, you know, doing that thing. So it just separates them, man. I still don't think really long videos will perform way better on like YouTube, but that's if and only if you have the right type of editing behind them. Because if you don't, then you know, if you're in a situation like mine where your channel gets carried by shorts. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break to just stop here, man. I'm getting all sweaty. I also can't really find where I'm headed. I think it's more so this way. Maybe I make a left here, or maybe it's around those glass ones. Some of these, I don't remember them being here. I have been here for 8 months, so maybe some of these got finished. But as I was saying, it's just not as efficient anymore, you know? Actually, in general, the whole thing's not too efficient, because the whole premise is supposed supposed to be, okay, you go, you vlog, and ideally, you turning that all into content, you end up making more money from that versus how much you spent. But if you got multiple vlogs back to back that really don't match the performance you're looking for, then that's raps. So I also have been exploring other means, man, and actually, believe it or not, I've got some other things going on that are gonna be pretty nice. Look at these guys all going still, man. But I do got some other things going on that are pretty nice, so it's not like I need to keep doing the vlogs. And that's also another thing is, yes, vlogging can be fun, but also it can be very annoying. If you guys can't tell, you know, I am walking around with an extra 5 pounds on my head is what it feels like. Let me get past all this noise. As I was saying, I am walking around with like an extra 5 pounds on my head, and I always have my hat on as well, and that's more so to keep the hat, not to keep the hat, but keep the cam steady. But when you're out here in the heat and you're sweating, it'll make the hat slip easily. So I'm always like reaching up and adjusting it and everything. And of course, when you have it on your head, a lot of people are gonna go up and ask you, oh, you recording, you vlogging? Also, some people really don't like being on cam. So if you're walking around with the cam on your head, it's easy for you to become a target. So there's pros and cons to it, man. And I generally don't feel like vlogging all the time. I love traveling. I love experiencing new things. I mean, everybody does. I have yet to meet somebody who generally does not like experiencing new things and generally does not like traveling. But I don't always like recording it as I do it. And also there's a lot of things that I like to keep personal to myself without really showing the world. I guess here we just kind of cross over. Yeah. I've never been to this part of BGC. Granted, I've lived here for months, but still. Oh wait, yeah, this is Uptown. I just see the sun over there, man. I somehow ended up back in Uptown. And I used to live in there, right? I think that's one Uptown resort. Because now we're right around where Grand Hyatt is. I think literally that's the one right next door, right? Perhaps, yeah, because I've already been through this mall back and forward. See, I'm starting to memorize like where I am. I'm starting to have a better idea. Oh man, that must mean I'm pretty far up north. I'll go ahead and cross again, but I doubt this is where I actually wanted to end up at. I think I wanted to end up farther downwards if I wanted to get to that center area. There's just a lot of places to sit down and take a bit of a break. I mean, there's places to sit here, but you kind of have to eat somewhere. Like Randy's Donuts, dude. Oh my God. If you guys don't remember this place, the OGs are gonna remember. Back when I was homeless briefly, oh, there's also a Denny's somewhere. I see the sign, but I don't see Denny's. Why is there a Denny's sign, but no Denny's? Oh wait, I see a red Denny's. Is it there? Okay, yeah, Denny's is in there. That's where they have the red sign. So you can know, there it is right there. Yeah, it's kind of hidden, it's tucked away, man. If anything, the sign should be right here. I got confused for a second. But as I was saying, one of the things I do like about being around here is there's plenty of places to sit. I don't even know if I'm allowed to sit right here, but I will. If somebody says I can't, then I'll just get up and we'll keep it moving. But I do need to take a bit of a break here. I'm all sweaty. And that's something as well when walking around and vlogging is I do get real sweaty. So managing the cam can be a bit miserable. Actually, to keep it real with you guys, I was thinking about taking like a long break, which is kind of weird because the way the content goes, it allows me to take a break in itself. You know, I vlog one area, I'm able to get like 8 shorts from it, and we spread that out across like a week or two. So it's a 2-week break where I really don't have to do anything. But even then, when it comes time to vlog again, instead of it being something where I'm excited to jump at the opportunity, it feels more like a drag, it feels more like a job. So I have been considering, you know, other options there, but that's only natural. I do think it's a natural part of content creation. Once you get to it and you're getting to a point where it's, you know, starting to reach some heights. Speaking of which, yeah, we just hit 400K, man. Shout out to you guys. 400,000 is a lot of people. I do have a channel that's reached that as well, but still, nonetheless, it takes a while to get there, man. It takes a lot of good effort. I couldn't have done it without you guys, man. But as I was saying, it does get a bit tiring. And I do have mixed feelings about it all, but sure. So my plan for now is to, you know, just walk around BGC, just kind of talk, take it in, reminisce on how it was. And of course, once I head back, I'll be the one handling this one. And that'll be it for these way longer vlogs. That'll be it for that. But that's also what I'm thinking about getting the Ray-Bans Meta. Let's go ahead and get up. Oh, I think this is some sort of building. Yeah, they have like different events. Because I remember last time I was here, there was like a wedding going on. There's always a ton of people right outside. Maybe they got something going on. There's a waiting line. Unless that's some sort of like daytime club, but everyone's wearing cheetah print. Maybe that's the general theme. Maybe it's a fashion show. Who knows? And there's Launders or Landers. I try to go shopping there, but you need a membership. And to get a membership, you gotta wait an hour in line. There goes that waiting thing again. Even the proud BGC is not exempt from the waiting list that is the Philippines. But as I was saying, I was thinking about getting the Ray-Ban Meta. Of course, I mentioned it is very much, you know, it's lightweight. It's easy to kind of just walk around and, you know, do things with. But the main reason why I wanted to get it is so I didn't really feel too much pressure to vlog. And anytime I was out doing something and I wanted to record it and show you guys, I could just easily tap a button and capture it right then and there. And then that's what I could be posting. So that's something that's been on my mind a lot. The only downside, of course, is, as I said, you know, it's not going to be in this horizontal format. It'll be vertical always. That is the sacrifice that you have to make there. This area feels very familiar too. I want to say I make a right here. Let me check my GPS. Although this might just be the edge of BGC. One of them. Yeah, I'm literally at the edge. So I can make a left and go back down, or I can make a right. I think I'm aiming for this, right? Active Fun to Geek? No, that's not it. I went down the wrong side. Well, I knew I was in Uptown once I saw that Grand Hyatt and the place I used to stay at. I keep getting off topic, but as you can tell, there's lots of things on my mind. So with having the Ray-Bans Meta, it just makes this all more relaxed. You know, it's more relaxed, it's more chill. Might be a bar or club right here, man. I see little bars. But it makes this whole thing more chill. So I'll see. I'm still thinking about it. I'm heavily thinking about it. Of course, I could just always walk around with my cam, but there's no way I'm gonna always walk around with this thing on my head. And if I walk around with it in my bag, it's just extra weight I'm always carrying around. And I'll probably barely use it. Outdoor little parking garage, man, it reminds me of Hot Wheels. So that's always up on the table. I guess the scarier part though is I have been working on other means for income, and I've got other things built up. And there's a good chance that those other things are gonna outperform the travel content, you know, the vlogs, this entire channel, even though it's got like half the size. But that's just how content is. You really never know what's gonna work and what's not. I mean, you can have an idea of things that are gonna work, but at the same time, you never know like how many views something's gonna get. So that's kind of what's been applying to my other channels that I've been working on. You just never know. Of course, I'm out here doing this, and of course the travel vlogs will take hours, and they take even more time to piece together and edit and everything. But then for some other channels, you go out and you record for 10-15 minutes, and spend another 10-15 editing it, and bam, it'll go 10 or 100 times the views as your travel ones. But I've already kind of been through that with content. You know, it's nothing new to me. I'm pulling my GPS before I just walk in circles. It's nothing new to me. That's the entire reason why I have multiple channels. You know, I already expect things like that to happen. I'm gonna type in Forbes Wood, Park Lane. Yeah, that's literally all the way down on the opposite side. All right, I start walking. So yeah, this is the right way to go. And then I will end up going right back down to where I was. I don't have too much battery left, so once I get down here, it's a straight shot down, right? Yeah, it's literally a straight shot. I'll turn this off. I'll go to airplane mode and I'll tank it. This part seems very familiar. Now that I think about it, maybe iHotel was that way, because this is where the gym is. And I remember having to walk from there and through all the way around. They're doing construction in there, but yeah, there it is, that one. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. I thought it was one of these ones. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up. But I remember there was construction going on, and then you walk down a way that's more paved and clean, and then eventually you find some double doors, go through them, and you go on your elevator. Maybe it's this next one, past this little garage. Oh, those little chairs with charging ports, man. That's pretty fancy. New York would never. Although I've never been in New York, so I can't say for sure. But anyways, that should be the TLDR of all this. I'm sure this video is long enough. I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing all this stuff, man. I don't really see any sign that says winter. I can and can't walk, so I'm just gonna walk. That's the TLDR. Travel motion getting slow. Other motion speeding up. Shifting my efforts towards what's the most efficient. Oh, there's the planes taking off. I forgot how close we are to the airport going down this way. Might be able to see even more by the time we get to where we need to get to. But I think we are gonna make a right, so we're going in the opposite direction from it. I may or may not link my other channels in the description, but my YouTube channels really aren't the ones I'm talking about, man. It's more so the TikTok ones. YouTube takes a while for your channel to not only get monetized, but also to pick up some traction and for you to earn some good money from it. The only way you're gonna get that going for you really nice right off the bat is if you've already experienced having other channels. Excuse me. Like for example, a lot of people will say that, oh, I grew my channel pretty fast. But the raw reality is, like, I already had a YouTube channel that I grew way back in the past. And while people would still say that I grew that one fast as well, still the raw reality is that I already started with TikTok. You know, all those videos that I had posted there, I did the trial and error through the other platform and then just repurposed it, started posting it over to YouTube as well. So this all seems familiar. That's the big building you can always see from a distance. Oh, does it want me to go back? No, I just make a right up here. I think this is where I make my right. Yeah, I gotta go all the way down this way. Man, I was about to keep on walking straight. I would have been right back where I was. Alrighty, from here, yeah, it's literally a straight shot all the way down. Go ahead, end this. This off. Close these out before my phone powers down. But yeah, I'm just gonna go check out the little main square area. We'll walk around there, reminisce, and then we'll also swing by our old place. Maybe stop at McDonald's and get something. Although I do have, you know, other content planned for my other channel, so I need to get back to Cubao and get those things. Maybe I'll bring you guys along for that, but nah, I'll keep those separate, man. I'll keep the content for different channels separate. I was thinking about it though. Anytime I need to get the supplies and the equipment for me, you know, getting my other channel content, I could just record it and that could be part of like a vlog, but then I would have to walk around with the camera in my head every time. Maybe with the Ray-Bans. So maybe what I should do is go get some Ray-Bans. I'm sure there's a store somewhere near Cubao that has it. If not, then I'll travel out to maybe North Edsa, something like 5-10 minutes away. Whereas this is like an hour away. Go ahead and get the Metas, and whenever I'm going out and doing those things, I can just hit the button, record a little bit of the segments, piece it all up, and bam, there you have it. But at that point, if it's not going to be horizontal, it really wouldn't make much sense to post long form form videos. It would make sense to just focus shorts. I mean, it is a shorts channel anyways, because like if you go and you look at my page, okay, dude. If you go and you look at my page, then what you're gonna see is like my most popular long form video has probably like what, 200,000 views, but we have like 400,000 subscribers. But it's not until you go to the shorts tab and you see shorts video has maybe like 10 mil or something. So it's always been a short channel, you know? That's always been what's carried things. Honestly, all of my content in general, I've had some long form videos get lots of views on them before, but it's not like I did any kind of crazy type of editing going on. They were all pretty much straightforward, and they were essentially just my shorts form content, but just extended a little bit longer, or maybe like a compilation of all my shorts content. Oh, this property is not for sale. Someone is gonna build something important right here. Dude, I feel like these businesses, like these buildings make a ton of money, because if you own the whole plot of land, actually not even the building, if you own the building, that's insane, because you're gonna be collecting revenue not only from all the businesses down at the bottom, but also for all the tenants up top. But if you own the land itself, that's going to be even more lucrative, because as time goes on, it's just more people, it's just gonna get more business, and they're just gonna make more money, and the land's just gonna increase in value. Speaking of value, man, the metric for the sun's heat has exponentially risen. It is a lot hotter right now versus when I first got out this morning. It used to be cloudy, but now the sun's shining. Let me stand in the shade of this sign. Dude, it's so much cooler in the sign. I also get asked quite a bit of questions about, you know, they say, Nosh, how do you go about traveling to the Philippines and making a living there? To me, it's pretty obvious, you know, you vlog. Right? But there's a lot of people who try to go out there and vlog and, you know, nothing much happens off of it. So I really don't have too much of an answer for somebody, you know. The greatest advice I'd give is to have some sort of digital income. You know, have some sort of income that is made from online. That way it doesn't just have to be the Philippines. It can literally be like anywhere in the world that you want to go to, you can go to, as long as you have the means for it. So, okay, here's a more realistic strategy, right? You want to have a part-time job. If you can find a full-time job that's going to fully pay and cover everything, then go full-time, right? But if not, then you'll want to just stick with the part-time. There's no light here that tells me when to cross, so I kind of just have to wait for cars and just do it. Yeah, cars kind of just wait to go. Yeah, I'm gonna cross right now while I can. But if you have a full-time job that can cover everything, stick with that full-time job and then just travel the world as you do it, all right? But if not, you want to find a part-time job anywhere. Using the income from that part-time job, you want to get yourself the equipment and resources needed to start up something that's going to give you a digital income, you know, making any kind of money online. You want to keep working both the part-time job and your digital income simultaneously up until the point where your digital income is twice the amount of your part-time. Not equal, but twice the amount. Because if it's equal, you're gonna get used to living off of both your part-time income and your digital income. And the moment you cancel out your part-time, now your income's reduced to half. And now a lot of that digital income needs to go for your basic survival at, you know, whatever location you're at. But if it's double, then what will happen once you cancel out that part-time, yes, you are gonna be losing a third of your income. However, you now gain 50% more time to put into your main hustle, and it's already making double the part-time, so you don't feel the weight as much of losing all that extra income. That's what I would recommend. I would say that's pretty much what I did. Yeah, that's actually, no, mine wasn't just half, mine was like 10 times the amount, because for, well, my both part-time and full-time, it was DoorDash, you know? That's what I did. I did DoorDash food delivery. And also drink delivery, XYZ, but you know what I mean? And that was both my part and full. It was part-time when I wanted to be part-time, full-time when I wanted to be full-time. All right, in my batteries just died on me. As I was saying though, DoorDash for me was both my part-time and full-time, you know, either or, depending on how I felt in that moment. But that was my main income. And even after I got my channel monetized, you know, I used the revenue from that DoorDash to get my equipment. I got my vlog equipment, I got the camera straps, XYZ, I got all that stuff. But I didn't stop just doing the DoorDash, of course. I incorporated my side business with my main one. You know, I incorporated my side hustle with my main hustle. So even after I started making money from my side one, I didn't actually stop doing DoorDash until I had that month where it was about, I was gonna say, I think like at least 10 times, yeah, 10 or 11 times the amount that I would make in that same session with DoorDash. But the problem with what I had going on is most of that income did come from me doing DoorDash. So working my main job was where I was putting the content for my side hustle. But that all changed, you know, once the side hustle made that amount more, that was literally enough for me to, well, the first month it was enough for me to buy all my equipment, which I did, and I still kept maintaining my original content. And then the next month, which is even larger than that one, the first one, that's when I went ahead and got the flight and I also got the place and everything else I needed to transition my content from delivery driving to the Philippines. I remember when I first transitioned, man, you'll see a lot of people always fearing the change. A lot of people talk about, oh, you're messing up, man. That's it. It's going downhill from there. And XYZ, but dude, no one else really has any idea how far you can take things besides yourself. So the only person you can really trust to get yourself out of a rut and to get yourself in a position where you want to be into is yourself. Of course, other people can help you, but even they don't know exactly what it is you're aiming for. So do your research, don't be dumb, and stick to your guts. If you see other people that do it, you can do it. It might take you more work, it might take you more time, but if somebody else got it done, then you can also get it done, man. That's the power about being a human. Maybe I should be a motivational speaker. Although, I know some of you guys have asked for it, and some of you guys have mentioned it. I don't ever really plan on giving motivational advice. Are we able to cross through here? I think we can, unless I just missed the light. I just saw them cross. They have the red light here, so maybe I can. I'm gonna go ahead and walk across here. Whew, I almost walked right into that car, dude. Look at these cars go and stop right at random. But yeah, people were saying that I've kind of got the voice and the aesthetic for a motivational speaker, but I really wouldn't give people too much motivation because I generally don't think most people can do stuff like this. You know, most people aren't going to be able to do what they set their minds out to do. If anything, I could demotivate people. People know what it is they want. They got a good idea of what they have to do to get it, but they're not actually going to put in that work to go and get it. That's the raw reality. So that's why it always seems like there's only a smaller percentage of people who go out and achieve something versus just the norm. That's how it is. You know what? I'm actually going to take advantage of this and go across because these guys are completely stopped. He's gonna go right in front of me. These guys are completely stopped, but I can weasel my way through all of them. There it goes. I didn't really see any lights coming or going. Oh, that AC feels nice. Yeah, Forbes Wood is, I believe it's that tan building all the way over there. But that's how it is, man. People know what it is that they need to get done, but they ain't gonna do it. I'm no exception to that, man. When it comes to my business and growing up, my things going on, there's certain things where I know if I did these certain things, it would skyrocket everything. It would skyrocket the views, which would skyrocket the revenue. But I just don't do some things. Sometimes it's a combination of, oh, you know, this is dangerous or this is risky. I don't want to appear like XYZ. And other times it's just like the genuine feeling of not wanting to do it, you know, laziness. But that's also one of the issues I've had with here in the Philippines. There was a point where I started reaching out to find more content creators or just find more people who are generally interested in getting into it. But it's the same thing. It's like everyone wants to just be handed it on a plate. No one wants to actually do the work to build it up. And I'm not trying to surround myself with people who don't want to actually do the work. I can cross here, I've got a little bit of time for it. I don't want to surround myself with people who will be obsessed and love the idea, but aren't willing to put in the work required to make that idea turn into a reality. So I do find myself being out here on my own a lot. And even if you find other people who quote unquote make content, I say that in quotation because yes, they're posting videos. You know, yes, they might be doing it on a somewhat daily basis, but the content can be more lazy. They've been doing it for years and it's not working. Yet they still just keep on doing it. They're not willing to like change and pivot and really learn and grow and develop. And then even after you tell them the certain things that they can do to just immediately level up with it, man. Of course, stuff is gonna be done. People get comfortable, people get used to it. Why do I feel like I'm on the wrong side? Because isn't that where Jollibee's is? Oh wait, oh yeah, I'm on the right side, man. So Forbes Wood is one of those. Here, we'll go over to Forbes Wood real quick. Start walking out of these cars. I was like, I feel like I'm walking the wrong way. We'll swing by Forbes Wood. Actually, should I swing by Forbes Wood? I think I'll get picked up at Forbes Wood, so yeah. Let's cross again, never mind. Let's go back. Alrighty, go back, we'll cross. We'll go to the heart over here. And then I'll close it off by going back to Forbes Wood and getting scooped up from there. As I was saying though, that's just how it is, you know? You're gonna run into a lot of people like that. And it's because as humans, it's easy for us to get comfortable. You have a certain thing going on and it's decent, you know, you're able to do something with it, or maybe just get in a groove. It makes it a lot more harder to pivot, a lot harder to try to grow and develop from that certain point, that point of comfort. So that's often why I find myself alone a lot. And as time goes on, the more places you go to, the more people you meet, the more you run into that. Sure, we can have a great night. We go to the club, you just drink and you forget all your problems, forget all your differences. You can just enjoy that moment there in itself. But when it comes to waking up sober and going out there to deal with life, sometimes it's just you. Sometimes it's just you. At this point, it is what it is, man. As time goes on, I get more and more used to it. And I do think I'll run into other people who feel the same way about me. I know I'm not the only one out there in the world who feels that. There's another Toby Sports. But I know I'm not the only person in the world who feels that type of vibe, man. Who feels that way about things. So maybe we run into each other. Maybe we form up some sort of group there. I don't know. I'm not really expecting anything. Here it is. I probably didn't know this was it. Yeah, I was walking down that way. And I think I walked across all the way over there, but I probably didn't realize this was it just because cars were going through. And miraculously, every time I have been over around this part, it was always at a time when it was like locked off and only people could walk. So there'd be a ton of people just hanging out, chilling out, but not many cars. get up so this gentleman can sit down. This is the more peaceful side. I do believe at nighttime they'll cut these on and you'll be able to see both all the lights and the little fountains. You guys remember how that goes. My whole back is sweaty. Where's my little fan at? Did I even manage to bring it? It looks like I left it. Oh, no, there it is. Nice. Oh, they immediately get up. Man, I moved to this side so they could all sit. All right, I'm reclaiming this little corner here, man, because I like this side a lot better. I'll hold on to my bag, although it's BGC. I don't know what theft is like here. I mean, I myself haven't had anything stolen from me in the Philippines. I've only caught one person trying to steal something from me. And I guess the only thing that has been stolen from me is money when I do get scammed and ripped off. But that's just natural being a foreigner traveling for the first time. You know, you don't really know all of what works and what doesn't until, well, you really don't know all of the prices until you're in an area for a while. I don't even need to use my fan though. I can't even feel it. They've got a breeze going on, which reminds me, man. I know some of you guys asked me for a meet and greet. I don't know about all that. Look, I'm the type of person I'm chill to hear and to listen to like online, but I'm introverted, man. I don't always want to meet new people. Funny thing is though, I know there's a lot more of you guys who recognize me while I'm out walking around than I know of. It's usually every time when I go to a busy area like BGC or some of these cities, then I might have one or two people come up and say hi, maybe want a photo. But then I usually also have a few people message me afterwards saying, oh, were you walking around this area at this time? I think I saw you, man. And it's like, yeah, that was me. Alrighty, I think I'm about done enjoying my time here, man. I want to find a Subway. I want some macadamia cookies, and I know they have them here in BGC. It is what it is. Maybe there'll be another time. Best in slot is if I can just give myself a condo that has an oven in it. A lot of these places, they don't have that. They just have a stovetop. And even mine came with a stovetop, but I didn't really like it. It was one of those, I think it was either gas or electric ones, but it looked like the same material as that stove that I had. Oh, what was that? In Forbes Wood, believe it or not. I never even used the Forbes Wood stove. But that's also because I never felt like I was actually living there. And it's the same for my place in Cubao. Yes, I've been in Cubao for like 8 months now, but even then, I never really felt like it was my permanent home. You know, it never really felt like this was my place. It's always just been, you know, this is the place where I rest my head at the end of the day. And that's the same sort of vibe I get from all these. So I'm thinking that just means that it's just not my area, right? And I'm also highly considering about moving out of Manila in general. Although there's a lot of connections around here to be made, and I do plan on doing more networking around here. But all in all, in terms of living, I definitely want to be by a beach area. The concrete and glass, it's nice for networks and stuff, but I mean, my whole business is online. It's not like I actually have to be with people in person to network. It can all be done over the internet. And then whenever we want to meet up, we'll just find a time and we'll all just meet up. Of course, that it's all easier if, you know, you're in the city where most of them are. You're already in Manila. You guys can just get a quick grab ride or joyride over to each other. But if I really want this to become my long-term place of living, in terms of like the Philippines in general, then I will most definitely need to be in an area that definitely suits me more. Now that I think about it, I doubt that I'm gonna turn any of this video into any kind of short-form content. Excuse me. Maybe me going to Digital Walker and buying these. That's the only part of this I can think would get some good views. My mindset in terms of what'll work and what won't is more so already attached to my other channels. Looks like we gotta wait for this next wave of cars to go by. Or we can just, oh yeah, that works too. Forgot I said Philippines, man. The right of way for traffic is whoever's already in the intersection. I remember one of the difficult things about living here was laundry. I don't quite remember how I did it. I think, okay, yeah, we had a washing machine. I wanted to take it to a laundromat because there is one here, but the time I wanted to go, they were closed. And then when I tried to come back around, they were on, they were on vacation. So I never really could fully get it done. And so we just ended up using the washing machine at my old place here. This building itself, man, I was at the very top floor in the corner facing that way. We'll loop around and I'll show you guys. But of course, if you guys have been following for a while, then you already know what I'm talking about. When we passed by the laundromat, I was here, unless they moved. I doubt it though. Oh dude, I could get some chicken from Uncle John's. I think it's been like 3 or 4 months since I've eaten at Uncle John's, man. I'm fiending for it. I'm fiending for some chicken. Of course, Anytime Fitness is right up there. Yeah, I'll swing back around and get picked up around this corner or something, but for now, I'll keep moving past. One thing that I did like about both this place and then also my current place in Cubao is the access to a 7-Eleven, man. Having a 7-Eleven right around the corner from when you leave the condo is such a blessing. Like this one just zoop, zoop right into there. You won't even get wet by the rain. Well, you might get wet a little bit, depending on how much it's raining. And yeah, I think the 7-Eleven has less than the one in Cubao, but still, they kind of have everything else that you're looking for. Back there was the main lobby for the Forbes Wood Park Lane, this building being Forbes Wood Park Lane. There's Forbes Wood and there's Forbes Place. I remember whenever I would try to have some girls over, they always got that confused, and they almost went to the wrong place. But I made sure to double down and say, hey, now make sure you're going to Forbes Wood Lane. Let me actually cut through here real quick. Down that way is the McDonald's, but we're gonna loop around anyways. I just want to show you guys this side. So yeah, literally, I wish there was a way to walk from that lobby like through there, because to get to Anytime, I essentially had to do the same walk I just did. You know, you walk out of the lobby, you go all the way around, and then go up through here. You're not gonna get wet by the rain. You might get a little bit if the rain's kind of going down that way, because it is kind of tough walking through here without getting wet. But you are able to make it with little water on you. Up here, you either go up the stairs, elevator if it's leg day. Oh geez, I almost tripped there. Elevator if it's leg day, and bam, you're there. Speaking of which, leg day for me was yesterday. So I'm currently walking around with sore legs, and I've been doing that all day today. Down here though, actually they've got a market down here I want to check out, because I specifically remember there being some things at this marketplace that I just can't find anywhere else. You know, something that's more exclusive to the Philippines here. Did I ever vlog the marketplace? I highly doubt it. It should be nice and cool in here, right? Oh yes. Alrighty. So I remember getting these a lot. Those are pretty good. There's nothing in particular that I'm looking for here. I'm just kind of curious what they have around, and if I see anything I like, I'll take it back. These aren't too bad. 100 pesos. Oh, I wonder if they have bagels. I don't see any though. That's one thing about the Philippines. I don't really ever see any bagels. This AC unit feels really good right now. Oh, they got ice cream sandwiches. So that's also something. They don't really have ice cream sandwiches where I go at. Although I don't really look at the ice cream section too much in SM. SM probably has it. And I always get ice cream from Robinson's. And Robinson's tends not to have it. And this is the cereal collection. They got Trix cereal. Pretty Pebbles. Trix loaded with vanilla cream. That doesn't even sound healthy. But I know some people out there who'd like to be like that. They got Cheerios minis. Cheerios are pretty good. Look at this stuff. This Trix minis is 700 pesos for this box. It's got Cinnamon Toast Crunch minis. I like the Frosted Flakes there. Yeah, these are 200 pesos, man. I don't get it. Well, I ain't gonna get any of these, man. You guys know I really don't drink too much cereal. I said drink cereal. I don't eat too much cereal because it has milk, and I'm pretty lactose intolerant, so I don't really bother. If anything, I would leave out here with like a bottle of alcohol, man. That's what I could use right now as a good drink. They got these bags of broccoli. So that's one thing I liked about here. They always have these bags of frozen vegetables, and it's always the broccoli and the cauliflower. They don't quite have that in SM. SM is not like that at all. SM, it's like a chance for them to have it. But BGC, it's guaranteed. Spaghetti sauce. I need to be around this section though. Those are salt and pepper. We might be running out of pepper. So they have salts like these. There are some places that have peppers like these too, but I don't really see them. I can get pepper when I'm over in Cubao. Here's what I'm mainly looking for. So they always have these Sanitacare, really good paper towels. They are gonna be pricier than most. Yeah, because those ones are 99 pesos. These ones are 130, 140, but the quality is really good on those. Do they have straws here? They do, but these are like paper straws. I don't really like paper straws. I'm looking to see if they have wipes. Got batteries and lights. Oh, I did need to get a nightlight from somewhere. I doubt they'll have it here. These aren't too bad. For taking out hot things out of the microwave, that would work. We got better Ziploc bags here too. They've got Head and Shoulders, which doesn't work for me. They have those big car sponges. Okay, here's the section. So theirs is the same. They only have these types of wipes. I swear I got Clorox wipes somewhere here in BGC, and I thought it was from here. And that's really why I wanted to come around here, but I don't see them at all. So I guess I was getting it mixed up with another place. That's pretty unfortunate. I already said we need an air freshener. Maybe these things. I ain't trying to carry all that all around with me though. Oh, I was also looking for black gloves. The kind that you would use for cooking. I don't see them here, man. I'm gonna have to go to Cubao and see if they have them, because there's not really a large selection here. Yeah, I don't see it. What kind of sweets do they have? Hershey's. Not too bad, but also not too good. Plenty of Four Seasons, dude. They always run on the Four Seasons over in Cubao. They've got 3 rows of it. More sweets and candies. Some Oreos and chips. Not really seeing too much. Alright, that's quite unfortunate. They got Takis though. Those aren't too bad. I did think they had more here than what I remember, but maybe my memory is a bit flawed. More than minis. Those 700 peso boxes. They got Oreo cereal. This cannot be healthy. Ingredients: yellow corn, flour, sugar, whole grain oat flour, cocoa, canola, cornstarch, palm oil, lectin, unsweetened chocolate, ferric or dude, I can't even pronounce some of these anymore, man. Holy. Look, I like Oreos, but a whole cereal for breakfast? Jeez, man. You gotta be bold for that. You either gotta be bold or young for all that, man. I might be young, but I'm not that bold. Thank you, sir. Alrighty, well, that concludes that. I've got a gaming laptop. I think what I'm really looking for is a Walmart. If not that, then I'll just order it off of Lazada. I'm not opposed to it. I suppose now's a good time to go ahead and book my Grab before it gets to rush hour, right? What is that, like 6 p.m.? Yeah, it's 4:09. I'm at 19% battery, dude. I swear the last 20% of an iPhone battery, like for the newer models, is equivalent to when your battery is actually like 60%. That last 20% stretches a long way. Am I even able to walk all the way around here? I could also take a joyride to get back. Still never tried it before. I do plan on using joyride soon though, man. Again, I was thinking about getting the Metas because I want to record myself taking the joyride for the first time, but there's no way that I'm gonna have this cam on my head or hold it on my side because I'm gonna need to have both hands holding on to it. Maybe I should just do that off screen as well. Alrighty, that's that. This is the other side. This is where the McDonald's is. Been here a couple times. Chicken's okay. The best thing they have there is honestly rice. But you could say that about like all of these places. The best thing they got going for them is rice. Oh my god, dude, I keep forgetting about these tiles, man. I forgot how lopsided some of the tiles are. Especially me walking in slides. It's very easy for it to get caught. And then you slip up on one of them. So that's one thing about the Philippines that you'll have to get used to. If you notice people looking down a lot, it's for a reason. And it's not because life's that depressing, even though life can be. But it's more so you don't step on any kind of cracks, you don't step on any kind of bumps, and you don't step on any kind of poop either. Lots of animals going around, so it's very easy to do that as well. Alright, let me go ahead and book it here. And I'll just chill on the steps like I normally would do. I will say, man, there is a ton of diversity here in the Philippines, man, especially in BGC. Boy. Alrighty. Yeah, there goes low battery mode. Sure. I like to say I'm at Forbeswood, man, but my GPS says I'm not. Can I just ping this right where I am? For the note, African-American guy wearing white. Save. Yeah, where's the McDonald's at? Alrighty. It says the McDonald's there. I don't know what road this is. Sure, I'll just select right here. Yeah, it's gonna cost me 600 pesos to get back by this. Definitely would have been better to take a joyride. And I am all sorts of sweaty, man. Kick this off. Look at my arms, see how shiny they are. Alrighty, my driver is right around the street here. That might be him all the way down there. It's going from this way? I'm on the wrong side. He might be looping around from, oh yeah, this is the wrong way, huh? So is he across? Oh no, jeez. That's because my long walk over. But I don't blame him, man. This whole section is weird, you know, because I try to pinpoint it right here. That'll be that. I've done a lot of walking, a lot of yapping, but this will be the final time you guys hear me walk around and yap as much in one singular video. After this, it'll probably just get split up into multiple. So that'll be that. Probably won't vlog too much on them in Cubao. So like always, appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you next time, man. See you around.